The SpaceX Dragon CRS-12 cargo craft is now attached to the International Space Station after arriving on August 16, 2017. It delivered over 3 tons of science and supplies to the 6-person Expedition 52 crew. Credit NASA TV Kennedy Space Center (FL). Following a 2-day orbital chase and ballet of carefully choreographed thruster firings, the SpaceX Dragon cargo capsule launched at lunchtime on Monday, August 14, with tons of science and supplies arrived in the vicinity of the International Space Station ISS this morning, Wednesday, August 16. While Dragon maneuvered in ever so slowly guided by lasers, NASA astronaut Jack Fisher and ESA European Space Agency astronaut Paolo Nespoli carefully extended the station's robotic arm to reach out and grapple the gumdrop-shaped capsule. They deftly captured the Dragon CRS-12 resupply spacecraft slightly ahead of schedule at 6:52 a.m. EDT with the station's 57.7-foot-long, 17.6-meter-long Canadian-built robotic arm while working at a robotics workstation in the 7-windowed domed cupola module. The SpaceX Dragon cargo craft is pictured approaching the International Space Station on Wednesday morning, August 16, 2017. Credit NASA. The £1 million orbiting outpost was traveling over the Pacific Ocean north of New Zealand at the time of capture. Liftoff of the SpaceX Falcon 9 took place precisely on time 2 days earlier with ignition of the 9 Merlin 1D first-stage engines from Seaside Pad 39A at NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida today, August 14, at 12:31 p.m. EDT 16:31 GMT. SpaceX launched its 12th resupply mission to the International Space Station from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida at 12:31 p.m. EDT on Monday, August 14, 2017. Credit Ken Creamer. KenCreamer.com. The 2-stage Falcon 9 stands 213 foot or 65 meter tall. The combined output of the 9 Merlin 1D first-stage engines generates 1.7 million pounds of liftoff thrust, fueled by liquid oxygen and RP-1 propellants. See an exciting gallery of launch imagery and videos, including the thrilling ground landing of the 156-foot-tall first-stage booster back at Cape Canaveral at Landing Zone 1 from this author and several space colleagues. SpaceX launched its 12th resupply mission to the International Space Station from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida at 12:31 p.m. EDT on Monday, August 14, 2017. Credit Ken Creamer. KenCreamer.com. Monday's picture-perfect lunchtime liftoff of the unmanned SpaceX CRS-12 Dragon cargo freighter bound for the ISS and loaded with over 3 tons of science, research hardware and supplies including a hefty cosmic ray detector named ISS-CREAM, medical research experiments dealing with Parkinson's disease, lung and heart tissues, vegetable seeds, dozens of mice and much more came off without a hitch. Ground controllers then carried out the remainder of the work to berth the SpaceX Dragon cargo spacecraft at the Earth-facing port on the Harmony module of the International Space Station at 9:07 a.m. EDT. This illustration of the International Space Station shows the current configuration with 4 visiting vehicle spaceships parked at the space station, including the SpaceX Dragon CRS-12 cargo craft that arrived August 16, 2017, the Progress 67 resupply ship and 2 Soyuz crew ships. Credit NASA. The crew was perhaps especially eager for this Dragon's arrival because tucked inside the more than 3 tons of cargo was a stash of delicious ice cream treats. The small cups of chocolate, vanilla and birthday cake-flavored ice cream are arriving in freezers that will be reloaded with research samples for return to Earth when the Dragon spacecraft departs the station mid-September, said NASA. Indeed, the crew did indeed open the hatches today, earlier than planned, a few hours after arrival and completion of the requisite safety and leak checks. The SpaceX Dragon cargo craft is pictured approaching the International Space Station on Wednesday morning, August 16, 2017. Credit NASA TV. The whole sequence was broadcast on NASA TV that began live arrival coverage at 5:30 a.m., showing numerous stunning video sequences of the rendezvous and grappling off and back dropped by our precious home planet. The current multinational Expedition 52 crew serving aboard the ISS comprises of flight engineers Paolo Nespoli from ESA, Jack Fisher, Peggy Whitson and Randy Bresnik of NASA and Sergei Ryazanskiy and Commander Fyodor Yurchanin of Roscosmos. Launch of SpaceX Falcon on Dragon CRS-12 mission to the ISS from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida at 12:31 p.m. EDT on Monday, August 14, 2017. Credit Julian Leak. The Dragon resupply ship dubbed Dragon CRS-12 counts as SpaceX's 12th contracted commercial resupply services CRS mission to the International Space Station for NASA since 2012. SpaceX holds a NASA Commercial Resupply Services CRS contract that includes up to 20 missions under the original CRS-1 contract. The 20-foot-high, 12-foot-diameter Dragon CRS-12 vessel is carrying more than 6,400 pounds (2,900 kilograms) of science experiments and research instruments, crew supplies, food, water, clothing, hardware, gear and spare parts to the £1 million orbiting laboratory complex. 20 mice are also on board. This will support dozens of the 250 research investigations and experiments being conducted by Expedition 52 and 53 crew members. The Expedition 52 crew poses for a unique portrait. Pictured clockwise from top right are flight engineers Paolo Nespoli, Jack Fisher, Peggy Whitson, Sergei Ryazanskiy, Randy Bresnik and Commander Fyodor Yurchanin. Credit NASA. Roscosmos is a watch for Ken's continuing on-site CRS-12, TRDSM, and ORS-5 and NASA mission reports direct from the Kennedy Space Center and Cape Canaveral Air Force Station, Florida. Stay tuned here for Ken's continuing Earth and planetary science and human spaceflight news. Ken Kramer ground landing of SpaceX Falcon 9 first stage at landing zone 1LZ1 after SpaceX launched its 12th resupply mission to the International Space Station from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida from Pad 39A at 12:31 p.m. EDT on Monday, August 14, 2017. Credit Ken Kramer, KenKramer.com. Learn more about the upcoming ULA Atlas DDRSM NASA ComSat on August 18, 2017. SpaceX Dragon CRS-12 resupply launch to ISS on August 14. Solar eclipse, NASA missions and more at Ken's upcoming outreach events at Kennedy Space Center. Quality in Titusville, FL August 17-18 TDRSM NASA ComSat. SpaceX CRS-12 resupply launches to the ISS, Intelsat 35E, BulgariaSat-1 and NRO SpaceSat SLS Orion. Commercial crew capsules from Boeing and SpaceX. Heroes and legends at KSCVC. ULA Atlas John Glenn Cygnus launch to ISS. SBIRS GEO-3 launch. GEOESR weather satellite launch. OSIRIS-REx. Juno at Jupiter. Inside Mars lander. SpaceX and orbital ATK cargo missions to the ISS. ULA Delta IV heavy spy satellite. Curiosity and Opportunity explore Mars, Pluto and more. Kennedy Space Center. Quality in Titusville, FL. Evening's ground landing of SpaceX Falcon 9 first stage at landing zone 1LZ1 after SpaceX launched its 12th resupply mission to the International Space Station from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida from Pad 39A at 12:31 p.m. EDT on Monday, August 14, 2017. Credit Ken Kramer, KenKramer.com. Cargo Dragon Commercial Resupply Services CRS, CRS-12 ISS, Pad 39A, SpaceX.